Oh my god, this is the third ringneck in less than 10 minutes. I love ringnecks. One of the things I like about ringnecks is the smooth scales. Not a lot of the snakes where I live have smooth scales. Hey guys, Chris Ignato here. You are watching Nature Now. So this is part 2 of my Camping French Creek video. If you haven't already seen part 1, which is pretty cool, click on the link here or in the description. Otherwise, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so I didn't really sleep at all last night. However, let me say, I did find some cool stuff last night. While I was going along, I actually found some bright pink slime mold of some sort. I think it was a sporangium or plasmodium stage. I'm not entirely sure, but it was incredible looking. I tried to photograph it, I tried to film it, but I couldn't get the white balance quite correct, and I couldn't get the exposure the way I wanted it, so it may or may not look cool in this video. And then there was that wolf spider, dark wolf spider going along, and then in short pursuit was a light colored spider. I don't even know if it was the same species. I guess I should have looked closer, but I was too wrapped up in the moment. And then of course that salamander, I looked at the pictures when I got back to my tent. It does not look like a northern redback. Anyhow, there was some cool stuff. I'm definitely tired. I wish that I got some sleep. But it is what it is. At least I'm out here camping and found some cool stuff last night. It's going to be the same thing today if I can walk. Well, I will die trying. Come along. I wonder what's in this. I'm very curious. You can just slightly see something. Kind of like when they found those eggs on LV-426. I'm actually getting it. So it's not the kind of wasp I thought it would be. It's got more pronounced segments than I thought it would. Okay, so I'm back out, and I didn't get a whole lot of exploring done today. Got another couple hours left of sunlight, so I'm gonna walk around a little bit. May or may not find anything, but you know I'll find a lot of stuff tonight. As you can tell, it's getting pretty late in the day, so there's this blue overcast. Within this dried leaf, it's perfectly cone-shaped, is actually a tiny little spider hiding. Okay, so last night I find a root that looks just like a dragonfly. This one looks like a person. I mean, you imagine a face right there in the end. In fact, I see 2 eyes and a mouth. Hey guys, so I'm heading back out tonight, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to go in the same direction I went last night, just a bit further, because it looked a little promising. I was finding some cool stuff towards the end, but I just had to head back to camp. or if I'm going to go in a different direction. I think I'll head in the same place, just further. There are tons of katydids. What you're hearing now are katydids, cone-nosed katydids, crickets, gladiator katydids, all that kind of stuff. And I just love the sounds. Those are sounds of summer and fall. It's incredible. Like last night, there are all sorts of walking sticks. Some of them are huge. I mean, look at the size of this one. This thing's really robust. It's white ash. No, I mean, stick insects. Lots of spiders about, snails, millipedes, all sorts of stuff. Hopefully we'll find something new tonight. I almost stepped on a garter snake a little while ago. I didn't film it, actually ushered it off the path. That was right when I started. Okay, let's get going. This is a member of a group of caterpillars called Slug Caterpillars. These are really unique caterpillars, and over the years, I've actually seen and filmed almost every species in my region. Little did I know that some of them were actually pretty rare. I hope I can find the various clips and photos I've taken them over the years and make a video about them in the future. This is that raspberry slime from last night, less than 24 hours later. I guess it's gone from the sporangium to the ethalium stage? I don't know. I seem to be over my head when it comes to these slime molds. One of the more common things I've been finding out here every night are these American millipedes. But a cooler name is the ironworm. I had one as a pet for 2 years, and I named it Greyjoy. Hit like or comment if you know what I'm referring to. The larger millipedes never bore me. I never grow tired of watching that wave move forward through the lakes. It's almost mesmerizing. It's always entertaining being alone in a wilderness at night, which is often the case for me, and hearing all sorts of sounds. And I'm not talking the insects and stuff, I'm talking about strange sounds. And trees falling, which I know some of you have gone with me out in nature and have seen that I'm not exaggerating when I say trees fall near me. It happens all the time. It's just a weird phenomenon. But I hear things cracking and crunching, like logs being torn open, which makes you think of a bear. But I know raccoons can probably do that, and skunks and things. And I see a pair of eyes looking at me. They just moved closer. They're the same height off the ground. It doesn't seem like a deer. They seem a little too close together and the wrong color for a deer. It's always disturbing when you see that in the middle of nowhere after hearing some of the sounds I just heard. But it's exciting. That thrill is fun. It releases endorphins and stuff once you get past the fear spot. And it's an adventure. And I tell you, it's a lot better when you're alone. It's not scary when you're with somebody. Have a look at this little black ichneumon. These things have been following my light around all night, but they won't sit still long enough for me to film them. Now's my chance. I'm sorry about the lighting. These ichneumons are a type of parasitoid wasp. They lay their eggs on some sort of moth or insect host. When the egg hatches, the young will feed on the living host. Not a big surprise, another grim story in the world of entomology. I've been visiting this thing a couple times a day so I can photograph and film it as it grows older. And the bonus is, it's pretty close to my tent, so I don't have to worry about anyone harvesting it, and I can keep stopping by. I mean, I don't want to sound negative or anything, but the one thing I've noticed about a lot of mushroom enthusiasts is if they see something they like, many of them will harvest all of it. For me, it pretty much goes against how I was raised, and whether it's for foraging or photography, it's still the same. It just kind of seems inconsiderate. Imagine going up to a buffet at a wedding reception, and someone else comes along and takes all of their favorite item, regardless of you or anybody else. They'd be glared at all night long. Anyways, I guess I shouldn't rant, but I've been friends with some of these people, and it really drives me nuts. So sitting right over there is Scott's Run Lake, and this is going to be a beautiful place to explore. There's a great breeze coming off the lake right now, which is wonderful because I'm starting to sweat a little bit, as you can tell. But the weather's been great. It's been in high 70s. I mean, my first day it was in the mid 80s, I think, something like that. But overall, it's been a great temperature. The nights have also been in the 70s, and you know, a little humid at times, but it's beautiful right now. And I want to give a certain shout out to James. How you doing? And your family. You guys have been amazing to camp next to. Such a great group of people. You know, quiet. Even their dog Lila, I believe, or Nyla, has been super quiet, very well behaved. Their little girl, really well behaved. I mean, like really quiet. And when she's, you know, when you can hear her, she's like singing and stuff. They're very sweet to each other. Anyways, let's get exploring. If I can get up. That's a curious little formation. Almost looks deliberate. I don't know what it is, but something smells really delicious here. It smells like freshly cut celery and cucumbers. I know copperheads can smell like cucumbers sometimes, so they say. Oh, that would be awesome. I doubt it, but whatever it is, it smells great. Oh, it'd be awesome if I found a copperhead. That's a massive robber fly. That is huge. And it's gone. Look at this. I know I film a lot of mushrooms. Well, that's because they're so visually stunning and aesthetic. I never tire of seeing them. Now that is a tall tree. Huh, what's this? Okay, so this plant doesn't grow near me, and that's kind of cool because I've never seen it before, and that's what keeps it exciting for me. It's a new find. But this thing is beautiful. Check it out. It reminds me of those painted leaves that you find down in Florida. And another awesome feature is this really cool leaf arrangement. Have a look at this. I guess this might count as the scene of a crime. I mean, somebody was obviously shooting at somebody here. Look. I don't know if it's just me or not, but I absolutely love birds' nests. Each one is a masterpiece. At first glance, they look chaotic. Yet every twig serves a purpose. Every twist and turn is deliberate. It is an organized chaos, and they tell you a lot about their architect, whether they're shy or bold, whether or not they feel safe closer to the ground or choose to be higher up. And they even give you clues to where they spend most of their time. Wow. This view is simply stunning. Imagine this in the fall with that autumn palette. It would be incredible. I just saw a large fish jump out the corner of my eye, and it had to have been like a pike or a massive bass. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it on film. This is the second lake, by the way, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's really beautiful. So I'm gonna soak in this view for a few minutes and then spend about an hour in my hammock doing nothing. Be the first time this trip that I've done that. And then I'll cook up something to eat and then head out tonight and get some nighttime footage. And then pack it up in the morning and head home. But before I show you the nighttime footage, have a look at this view and just soak it in for a second. Well, there's my beautiful steak, and my fork is missing. This is an American palisinid, which is one of my favorite insects. And it's gone. Must be some kind of weevil. I love weevils. I look close, I can just make out the two little eyes. This thing's cool, and it's tiny. I think this is some kind of cordyceps, meaning that underneath all this must be the carcass of some kind of insect. But maybe not. Pretty cool though. So I was literally just thinking about this species a couple hours ago, saying how, if I'm gonna find a snake that I find semi-frequently, let it be a ringneck. I mean, I like garters, I like water snakes and brown snakes. I just find them a lot. And so turns out I found a little ringneck snake. And I want to show you something cool about this one. This happens with these guys here. And have a look at its belly, because often they have a solid underside where I live. But this one's got the little spots on it. I'll show you in a second. Some nice ring on the neck on this one too. I guess it's married.
And this is literally another one that just went by underneath the camera as I was filming. So let me turn this guy loose. Sorry, I let the other one go.
So while I was filming that one ringneck, another ringneck's going right underneath my camera in the exact same direction. And I'm starting to wonder if it was a male looking to mate. I don't know if they mate in the fall or not. You know, I'm used to different seasons for different things. But that's pretty exciting. Oh my God. This is the third ringneck in less than 10 minutes. I love ringnecks. One of the things I like about ringnecks is the smooth scales. Not a lot of the snakes where I live have smooth scales.
They're all over the place in this spot. This is a bit of a lowlands. Pickerel frogs are in a group of frogs called grass frogs. And then there's something else cool here. Another stage of slime mold, I think.
Well, looks like it's starting to rain, so I'm probably gonna have to pack this camera up. I'll film something quick in the morning before I go, but I better pack up and get back to camp. It's a bit of a walk. Okay, so the sky definitely opened up and I was probably 150 yards from camp, if not more. And let me tell you, it was a mad dash. You know, I had to just dry off my gear, you know, my light, my camera. You know, I got soaked. I always have rain gear, you know, one of those cheap ponchos in my backpack and in my trunk and in my other thing. And but thankfully, I pack everything up all the time. When I'm not using it, it's packed up and ready to go. So everything was folded. My sleeping gear was already put away and stuff. My camp stove was already put away. I put it away as soon as as soon as it cools down. But still, my tent's probably pretty wet inside because it's not a great tent. And that's that. Yeah, I think this is Juvenile Black Rat. And when it was younger, it was all gray, light gray and some dark spots. And then it reverses as it gets older. Oh, beautiful. Man, I've never seen one at this age in this phase. It was beautiful. Well, that means they live here.